Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now, my name is AspieAnswersAll, and if you're new to my channel, I welcome you all right now. I'm all about creating life stories based on my experiences with my condition of asbestos syndrome, OCD, and the like, versus also just creating mental health and awareness on everyday mental illnesses that comes our way, as well as just many other disorders that I feel to address with you all, as well as also basically being your mentor and advocate, or a voice, shall we say, for the topics that we may struggle with in our everyday lives, and hopefully be a supporter and encourager to you all, regardless what it may be. So enough for the video, guys. Basically, at this point of time, I'm trying to gather up some information, research based on ADHD series as well as ADD. So I humbly apologize for taking so long, as well as hopefully along the lines we'll be able to find some of my, research based on dyslexia too that people have been asking about for a real long period of time. Again, I humbly apologise, just got to bear with me on my schedule. This is your own schedule, but don't fret, I'll forever will bring them out to you. Just a matter of just keeping your eye out on my channel if you're here to support me through my journey with asbestos syndrome and the like, as well as just supporting my channel in general. So, in all further ado, guys, basically this one's all about the ADHD series that I'm going to bring out. I'm going to basically talk about the diet versus the treatment, management, coping strategies of people with ADHD, how to help them, what not to say to them, what to say to them. This is basically when do the symptoms arise in people with ADHD, the diets, the do's and don'ts of the diet, what to have and what not to have, so to speak, and the like. So in order to do, guys, before I run out of time here, hopefully these will just be like little series that you can follow step by step, like most of my series has been, so that you can have a better understanding, and hopefully with these videos insights that you'll learn something from me based on my experiences versus my knowledge and my training that I have done through Youthline and all that of my other everyday topics, excuse me, as well as also basically at this point of time basically to just sit down and rewind, or relax, shall we say, and actually hopefully we can engage with one another by commenting below, or just private messaging me, as I said so many times before, if you need someone to talk to, so that you can feel not like you're not being judged and stuff, as I'm here to engage, because I understand how it feels to be misunderstood, misjudged, and misread by some people when they tend to take us for granted or what have you. So let's begin. This is part one, which will be just the introduction to ADHD and when the symptoms may appear, basically. So enough of ado, hopefully you'll enjoy this and learn something. Right, as we know, basically some of the signs that are clinically known, as I'm going to say, or shall we say the symptoms, signs and symptoms, will be hopefully more of it later on in the piece, is just the main ones that usually arises in people with ADHD that suffers with it is difficulty concentrating, impulsiveness, excessive energy, and inability to sit still and actually keep their self-focus on the task at hand. They're always energetic, they always up and go, and they pretty much make you bored really darn quick of that particular area of topic. Obviously, these are the most common, symptoms of attention hyperactive disorder, or ADHD, deficit disorder, I should say. The number of children diagnosed with ADHD continues to increase, but within reason, researchers don't know, obviously, the main actual reason to why this is happening, of the rising in numbers of people with this. ADHD has three main subtypes, however, which is number one, hyperactive impulsive, number two, inattentive, and number three, combined hyperactive impulsive and inattentive, which I'll hopefully maybe describe more later on in the piece. If you want to know more into what I'm sharing here of these subtypes, please let me know below as I continue on these series for you. These subtypes result in symptoms of ADHD that can have devastating effects on both children and on adults, apparently. Okay, next part was when do the symptoms appear for people that suffers with ADHD, which I don't like using the word suffer, but I'm trying to find the right term, so I humbly apologise to the ones that doesn't like hearing that term as well, but bear with me of what I'm sharing, even though I'm trying to find the right word for it. Okay, as we know, while the symptoms often appear around the age of 7 for people that has ADHD, ADHD, however, can appear at any given moment of time throughout the years of adolescence, right through to adulthood and beyond. Left untreated in children, however, the symptoms that I've just clinically just said a little bit of, you know, may cause disruptive behaviour in the home and at school. And obviously, as we know that with people with ADHD, they're known as troublemakers, or they're known as attention seekers, or the like, basically, when they do suffer from ADHD, which is done annoying sometimes when, you know, many people ain't aware what's going on, or people with different learning disabilities versus just everyday conditions, whoever. So when directives are still incarcerated, it can be nearly impossible for some of the kids with ADHD or ADD, okay, which I'm going to bring more into ADD later, because obviously there are some similarities and differences in these two conditions I want to address to you all. This can result in learning deficits, falling behind in school, their grades will most likely fail, they'll act out, and they may take too many risks in class or outside of class, of whatever it may be. You know, some may do some really bad things, you know, leading up to that stage. Okay, as we know, when we grow up, you know, into teen to adulthood, obviously, it tends to get a bit more challenging along the way too, basically, for us. It isn't always about discipline, however, or forcing the individual to focus on the task at hand. Rather, as I believe, is right effective treatment to actually manage, you know, manage this type symptoms, as well as also identify to actually lessen the anxiousness that the person is suffering from, as well as increasing the concentration and focus period, while reducing the stress and anxiety that often accompanies with it. Because obviously ADHD and some other learning disabilities along the way has similar, you know, signs and symptoms here of what I'm sharing. ADHD is associated with lower cognitive function in the memory, or as well as in the attention side of the brain that we usually take for granted, particularly when symptoms of depression is also present as well, however. Okay, how I look at it though, when it comes down to like certain medicines and stuff that is given, be it Ritalin and all this, like I said, I don't agree with certain medications that is given to certain patients, but then again, it's all about managing, treating, and finding out other solutions to actually manage and treat the actual condition, even though many people think, oh, there's a cure for suspicious syndrome, here's an example, or there's a magic cure for ADHD, but there's no magic cure. It's all about, like I said, managing and treating, and also focusing on basically effective treatment, as well as identifying basically best ways to lessen the anxiousness and increase concentration and focus, while reducing the stress and anxiety that comes with it, along with the line of, you know, depression and all these other classic symptoms that may happen. I believe also that, however, some of the medications doesn't actually, you know, as they say, cure the problem. It actually suppresses the problem of the symptoms that's in front of us, you know. And this though, like medications especially, basically are linked to delayed growth, sleep problems, decreased appetite, and heart problems. To make it worse, most common drugs prescribed, as I've shared before, of Ritalin, for example, and Adderall, are linked to personality challenges, suicidal thoughts, and other disturbing side effects. It's a central nervous system stimulant, as I've said before about Ritalin. This can cause nervousness, agitation, anxiety. All of it's already symptoms of ADHD, however. The amphetamine, Adderall, on the other hand, is one of the most prescribed medications that are readily available today, as well as Ritalin, however, and it is known to be highly addictive. On top of all this that's listed above, other side effects can include hallucinations, muscle twitches, high blood pressure, and extreme mood swings. Fortunately, there is a way to mitigate many of the symptoms of ADHD without dangerous prescriptions, stimulants that is given. I believe in, you know, natural remedies, you know, of looking after ourselves, eating right, exercise, basically maybe supplementation of certain, you know, missing nutrients that is needed in the body of us, like some lifestyle changes that may help us to actually ease the devastating symptoms that persist in any other of these conditions that is shown today. So, and all further ado, guys, basically, this is a quick short overview of the introduction of ADHD and a little bit of the when do symptoms of ADHD persist. Give me the like for thumbs up for support and engagement. Feel free to comment below. Feel free to also subscribe to my channel, even though I'm trying to do it on a daily or a weekly. I'm not sure as of yet. Like I said, I can't promise every time, but like I said earlier, just to keep an eye out. So if you need some, certain information, the how-tos or just certain information that I'm bringing out as a mental awareness versus, just any other awareness or support system for you. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Facebook because, as I said before, many times before, most of my videos hopefully will be linked up onto my YouTube AspieAnswersAll anyway for the ones that may not have a YouTube channel or may have a channel but, just feel not to go on YouTube or something, whatever. But then also feel free to private message me here on Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, or direct message me on YouTube just to have a lowdown of a little chat or whatever, just to get to know me, or just to have a rant or rave or whatever it may be, just to know what's going down with this and stuff, so I can support you as much as I can at this current time. So without further ado, guys, before I run out of time again, do what you love what you do. Till next time, thanks for your support, thanks for watching, I'll see you again soon.